too. All right, let me go to Anthony Dunlap Austin.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. This is case number 20 CT 2468. All right, sir, you've been charged with driving while license suspended or revoked, second or more. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Are you able to get your license reinstated?
I have to pay off a bunch of fines first, and then once that's completed, then yes.
Okay. Are you requesting to enter a plea of not guilty so that you can attempt to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Madam Clerk, when will his next court date be?
February 25th at 9 a.m.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, she said February 25th. If I give you more time than that, do you think you'd be able to get your license reinstated?
More time would be greatly appreciated.
When would the next one be?
April 1st.
How about April 1st?
That would be perfect.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, so your next court date will be April 1st at 9 a.m. So try to have your license reinstated by then, okay?
April 1st at 9 a.m.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right, let me go to Jada Campbell.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is case number 20 CT 2592. Ma'am, you're charged with driving without a valid driver's license. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Ms. Campbell, are you able to obtain a driver's license?
Yes,
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. So are you requesting to enter a plea of not guilty so that you can obtain a license?
Yes,
All right. Madam Clerk, when would her next court date be?
March 1st at 9 a.m.
March 1st at 9 a.m. Do you think you can have your license by then?
yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. March 1st at 9 a.m. Try to have your license by then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Let me call on Joshua King.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, this is case number 20 CT 2622. Mr. King, you've been charged with driving without a valid driver's license. It's a second-degree misdemeanor. You understand that you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you able to obtain a license?
How do I go about getting one of them? I've never had a license ever, like ever in the state of Florida or in any state.
Well, you'd have to contact the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, and they would tell you.
All right.
Okay, they'll tell you how to get a license.
All right.
All right, you want to enter a plea of not guilty so you can try to get a license?
Yes, sir.
When will his next court date?
March 15th at 9 a.m.
March 15th at 9 a.m. will be your next court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. King, did you know you currently have a warrant for your arrest out of Tennessee?
Out of Tennessee.
Yes.
For what?
I don't know.
How do I go about handling that?
Contact Tennessee.
Contact Tennessee.
Yeah.
So Florida ain't gonna do nothing about that?
No, we're not going to arrest you for it because they won't extradite you. Let me see what it says.
So, all right. So would Tennessee tell me what my warrant's about, even if I'm in Florida?
Yes, hang on. I'm looking to see what it says. It's out of Washington County, Tennessee.
out of Washington County, Tennessee. I have a warrant.
Yes, it says it's for leaving the scene of an accident.
Leaving the scene of an accident. All right, so I'll try to get that handled.
Okay. It says they'll only extradite you from counties adjacent to Washington County.
So what does that mean?
It means if they find you in a county next to Washington County, they'll take you there.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
What are we supposed to do?
I've already got it handled.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Okay. Let me go to George Albert. Tell me how to pronounce your last name.
George Albert Mihans.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
George Albert Mihans.
Mihans. Okay, thank you. All right, 20 CT 930. All right, sir, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 60 days in the county jail. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Did you get your driver's license reinstated?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Ms. Bonilla, will you check that?
Yes.
I gotta show you here.
No, the state attorney's checking online. I don't want you to hold it up to the camera because we're live on YouTube.
Here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you for getting your driver's license reinstated. The state has announced a null pros. That means they have dropped the charges against you and you're free to go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Right, let me go to the person whose screen name is iPhone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Irene
What's the last name?
Hernandez.
Thank you. Hernandez?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hernandez on the docket, do you? Oh, okay. Mr. Hernandez, the state has dropped the charges against you, and you are free to go.
What do you mean?
That means there are no more charges pending against you.
But I was going like 80 in a 50. That's what they say.
You have the case number. Well, I don't know why the state dropped the charges against you, but they did. I don't know if you have a pending traffic case. Let me look. Okay.
So I have like another one, like where I live, like the scene, because the person, like who I crashed into, she lived first, and I didn't know what to do. And then I left.
Okay, hang on. You still have a pending case, and you've got you have attorney Chris Brown on that case. Okay, that's for leaving scene of a crash. You also have a traffic citation that's pending, But as far as the charge for that you're here for today, which is participating in an unlawful race, the state has dropped that one.
So, like, I'll be good.
For this one,
So I don't have to deal with that one.
correct.
Oh my God. Thanks, God. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Have a great
Hernandez. All right, thanks, you too. All right, let me go to Carr with the Adidas shirt.
Eres tú. Buenos días. Buenos días.
Buenos dias. All right, can you tell me your name?
¿Me das tu nombre, por favor?
Gerson Daniel Lobo.
¿Perdón?
Gerson Daniel Lobo.
Could you spell your last name for us?
¿Me deletrea el apellido, por favor?
Gerson Daniel Lobo.
Daniel Lobo. Kelson, Daniel Lobo. He's a minor.
I see.
He's 17.
Okay, this is case number 20 CT 2604.
Del caso 20-604.
How old are you, sir?
¿Qué edad tiene, señor?
17 años.
17 years.
All right, do you have a parent or guardian with you?
¿Usted tiene un tutor o su padre o madre con usted?
Dile que tu papá lo sacaron del país. A mi papá lo sacaron del país.
They removed my dad from the country.
Okay, do you have someone there with you? Who do you have with you?
¿Usted tiene ahí con usted? ¿Quién es esa persona?
Mi tío.
My uncle.
Okay. All right, sir, you've been charged with driving without a valid driver's license. That's a second-degree misdemeanor.
Señor, se le acusa de conducir sin una licencia válida, que es un delito menor de segundo grado.
You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Usted tiene derecho de tener un abogado. Si no cuenta con los medios, se le asignaría uno para que lo represente.
Are you able to obtain a driver's license?
Usted puede conseguir una licencia para conducir.
Yo puedo conseguir una licencia para...
Can you repeat that?
¿Me lo puede repetir?
¿Perdón?
¿Puede repetir lo que dijo? ¿Usted puede conseguir una licencia para conducir?
No.
No.
Okay. I see that the state has offered you diversion.
Veo aquí que la Fiscalía le ha ofrecido el programa alternativo Diversion.
Diversion is a program in which, if you complete it, the state will drop the charges against you.
Este programa Diversion es un programa que si usted lo completa, la Fiscalía desestima el cargo.
Are you interested in that program?
¿Usted está interesado en participar en el programa?
Pregunta a Gerson, habla de qué es el programa. ¿De qué es el programa?
What is the program?
Do you know what he would have to do in the diversion program, Ms. Bonilla?
Judge, doesn't it being offered diversion, and I think it's community service hours, I'm not sure.
All right, we think you'd have to complete community service hours.
Pensamos que va a tener que completar ciertas horas de servicio en la comunidad.
Okay.
¿Me dijo dónde?
Sí.
Where?
Well, they have a list of places for you to choose from.
Le dan una lista de lugares que usted puede escoger.
¿Cuántas horas comunitarias tengo que hacer? ¿Me puede repetir lo que me dijo?
Le van a dar una lista de lugares donde puede realizar esas horas.
¿Cuántas horas son?
¿Perdón?
¿Cuántas horas son?
How many hours?
I don't have the details. Are you interested in the program? Because if you can continue your case, and you can check in with county probation to find out what the diversion program would entail.
Señor, yo no tengo los pormenores de esto, pero si usted está interesado en el programa, podemos suspender su caso para otra fecha y usted puede contactarse con la oficina probatoria para ver el programa, para ver qué es lo que tiene que hacer.
Sí, estoy autorizado al programa.
¿Perdón?
Sí, está bien.
¿Está interesado?
Sí.
Yes, I'm interested.
Okay, we're going to enter plea and not guilty. When was the next court date? All right, so your next court date is going to be March 15th at 9 a.m.
Señor, su siguiente fecha en el tribunal es el 15 de marzo a las 9 de la mañana.
You need to contact the county probation office. It's located here in the courthouse, and let them know that you're interested in the diversion program.
Usted deberá contactarse con la oficina de la probatoria del condado que se encuentra aquí en el edificio del tribunal para ver qué es lo que desea hacer.
If you're signed up for the diversion program before your next court date, you will not have to appear at that court date.
Si usted se inscribe en este programa antes de la siguiente fecha en el tribunal, entonces usted no deberá comparecer aquí para esta fecha.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Okay, gracias y buenas suerte.
All right, let's go back to the courtroom. For those of you on Zoom, will you just hang on with us? I've got a few people in the courtroom I got to take care of. Probably. That's fine. All right, this is Mr. Pasache. Case number 20 CT 2385. Sir, were you in the courtroom and previously sworn? All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath. The offer again to resolve your case today is a withhold of adjudication, a $150 fine. All court costs, including costs of prosecution, would be imposed. I'd give you 90 days to pay those costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of those 90 days. Is that the offer you wish to accept today? All right, do you have any questions about the offer? Are you pleading guilty or no contest? All right. All right, I have two forms here with me. One is a waiver of counsel form. Is that your signature on this form? And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you and that you're waiving your right to an attorney today? Sure. By signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you and that you're waiving your right to an attorney today?
I thought I only had to pay for a fine.
Right, but I have questions that I have to ask you to make sure that you're entering your plea freely, knowingly, and voluntarily.
Oh,
Okay, so the waiver of counsel form, by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you and that you're waiving your right to an attorney today, correct? Okay. I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form? And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you? All right. Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form? And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today? All right, do you understand that your plea may be used in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen, if a deportation proceeding is ever brought against you? You didn't understand that? Okay, well, any plea that you enter in a criminal case can be used against you in a deportation proceeding if the federal government were to bring one against you. Does that change your mind? Okay.
Is there any way I can fix this without a deportation? Because I'm just waiting to resolve this to go back to my country.
So it sounds like, and you told me that you come here on a work visa every year? So it sounds like you may want to seek the advice of an attorney before entering this plea. That way you know how it affects your immigration status or your work permit status. Do you agree?
I'd rather do that.
Okay. All right. We're going to enter a plea of not guilty. When will his next court date be? When would the next court date be? Well, let's do one further out.
Let me pull that up. It will be March 29th.
Any objection to March 29th?
No.
All right. So we're going to give you a court date of March 29th. Try to speak to an attorney before then. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, you can apply for the public defender's services by going across the hall before you leave the courthouse today where it says customer service and tell them that you need to apply for the public defender, okay? Or you may want to seek the advice of an immigration attorney.
May I do that today? Because I really need to go back to my country. I couldn't make it to my to the last court date I had before for January 12th.
When are you scheduled to go back?
Here.
When are you scheduled to go back to your country?
Well, as soon as I get this fixed, because I already ran out of money, and from the last time I got here to the States for the program, I got laid down from my job because of COVID-19. They closed the airport in my country. I was trapped here for like over 4 months. So I overstayed my visa last year for over 4 months. And I'm in a really bad situation right now. I would like to get it fixed today if it's possible.
Okay. So do you want to go forward with your plea then?
I didn't quite understand. You said deportation. Why will I be involved in the deportation process?
I'm not saying that you'll be deported. I'm just saying that this charge would be used against you if a deportation proceeding was ever brought against you.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I'll take it off of there.
Okay. All right. So
Sorry.
that's okay.
I'm working on my English.
I understand. Do you need an interpreter?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right. So, knowing that your plea would be used against you in a deportation proceeding, if one was ever brought against you, do you still wish to enter your plea?
Yes.
Okay. Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
All right, give me one moment. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. Any additional questions, Ms. Bonilla, from you? All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. I'm going to withhold adjudication, impose a $150 fine plus all court costs, including costs of prosecution, and I'll give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. All right, we're going to have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, sir. Okay. This is Julian Daniel Wilson Eckerd, case number 21CT121. Mr. Eckerd, were you previously sworn?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath. Will you state your name for the record?
Julian Wilson Eckerd.
Thank you. And your date of birth?
06/27.
All right, and the offer to resolve your case today, sorry, was an adjudication of guilt, a $150 fine plus all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I'd give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you needed more time than that, you'd have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. Do you have any questions about the offer?
Not about the offer, just how do I pay?
You pay the clerk's office. You can pay it online or in person. Any other questions? Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No.
I have a waiver of counsel form. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes, Your Honor.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And by signing it, you've also indicated that you're waiving your right to an attorney today? I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes, Your Honor.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you? Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional questions from you, Ms. Bonilla? All right, give me one moment. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Adjudicate you guilty, impose a $150 fine plus court costs and costs of prosecution, and give you 90 days to pay. And have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you. All right, this is Damian Levi Font, case number 21CT29. Sir, were you in the courtroom previously sworn? Were you previously sworn in?
Yes.
All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath. Will you state your name for the record?
Yes, Levi Font.
And Mr. Font, you're here on charge of reckless driving. And the offer to resolve your case was a withhold of adjudication. You'd be placed on probation for a period of 6 months. Probation shall automatically terminate upon the successful completion of all conditions. Those conditions include completing a 12-hour driver improvement school, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. Is that the offer you wish to accept today?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about it? Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No contact.
I have a waiver of counsel form in front of me. Is that your signature on this form?
Yes.
By signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you. It also indicates that you're waiving your right to counsel today. Is that correct?
Yes.
I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
By signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you.
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form? And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today? Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen? Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication? Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness? Any additional questions from you, Ms. Bonilla?
No, there's a mandatory minimum $25 fine on this charge.
That's what I thought. You understand that there's a statutory required fine of $25? So that's going to be added. Does that change your plea at all? All right, let's add the $25. All right, give me one moment here. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that there's the venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Withhold adjudication, place you on probation for a period of 6 months. Probation shall automatically terminate upon the successful completion of all conditions, which include a 12-hour driver improvement school, a fine of $25 plus all court costs and costs of prosecution. We're gonna have you step over here to be fingerprinted. Before you leave the courthouse today, you need to go across the hall here, well, diagonally, past the vending machines where it says county probation and check in with them before you leave the courthouse, okay? All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Dime, por favor, lo que se van a dejar. It is Camejo.
All right, Jorge Camejo, 19 CT 1485. (19 CT 1485). All right, Mr. Camejo, were you previously sworn in?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remind you that you're still under oath. And sir, the offer to resolve your case today as it relates to count 1 was an adjudication of guilt, a $200 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I'd give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. As it relates to count 2, I would adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to time served, and composite costs. Is that the offer you wish to accept today? Do you have any questions about the offer?
Well, I live in Miami, I don't have to come back here, right?
Correct.
Correcto, yo no necesito volver. Okay.
Any other questions?
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
All right. Do you, oh,
Where can I pay that?
you can pay it across the hall where it says customer service.
How much do I have to pay?
The total?
In total?
$480.
$480.
$480. Okay.
All right. You can also pay online on the clerk's website.
Well, I got out on bond and bondsman told me that if I resolve the case with the money that I paid, I can use that one for the case.
Was it a cash bond?
No, it's a surety bond.
All right. You'll have to talk to your bondsman about that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Do you wish to accept the offer?
Yes. And with that, I'm going to close the case.
Yes.
Sí. Well, I promise to you whenever I resolve the license, if you want to, I can come here to show it to you.
That's okay. You don't have to do that.
Está bien, no tiene que hacer eso.
All right. Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
Está presentando una declaración de culpable o no? I don't understand. Well, yes, I was guilty. I was driving without a license.
Okay. I have a waiver of counsel form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes, I understand.
And you're waiving your right to an attorney today?
Okay.
Is that a yes?
¿Eso sí, señor? Sí. Yes. But I want to know, my case here is going to be closed.
Yes.
Sí, señor.
You need to turn your phone off.
Tiene que apagar su teléfono.
I have to ask you these questions. I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form? You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and one is brought against you?
I'm a permanent resident.
I still have to ask the question. So do you understand that?
Could you repeat that question, please?
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and a deportation proceeding is brought against you?
But I'm going to be deported because of this.
No, that's not my question.
No es mi pregunta, señor. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So you understand?
O sea, usted lo entiende. Sí. Yes.
Okay. Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Usted está bajo los efectos de drogas, alcohol, medicamentos.
Jamás tengo 54 años.
Never. I'm 54 years old and I don't even smoke.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
¿Alguna vez he dado diagnóstico con alguna enfermedad mental? No.
Do you understand that driving while license suspended or revoked is an enhanceable offense, meaning you could be facing higher fines, higher penalties, more jail time if convicted of this offense in the future?
Yes, but I didn't know that. I didn't know it was suspended.
Well, if you didn't know your license was suspended, are you sure you want to enter this plea?
O sea, que usted no sabía que su licencia estaba suspendida. ¿Usted está seguro que quiere aceptar esta oferta y presentar la declaración?
Sí, soy tu oferta.
Yes, I am going to take a plea.
All right. Do you understand that you're being adjudicated for this offense, which could cause you to lose your driving privilege for up to 5 years if you've had 3 or more driving while license suspended charges within the last 5 years?
Yes.
And knowing that, you still wish to enter your plea?
Y sabiendo esto, aún así usted quiere presentar la declaración y aceptar la oferta.
Sí.
Yes. Perdón? It's the first time that this happened.
Okay. I still have to ask the question.
Okay, aún así le tengo que hacer las preguntas.
Ms. Bonilla, any additional questions from you? All right, sir, I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Count 1, I'll adjudicate you guilty. Impose a $200 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. As it relates to count 2, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to time served, impose all composite costs. I'll give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. I'm going to have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you. All right, let me take a couple people on Zoom really quickly while she's filling out those forms. Let me go to the person whose screen name is Linda Hart.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All right, this is case number 20MM1941. Give me a moment to pull up your case. All right, ma'am, you've been charged with count 1, use of a fraudulently obtained or false receipt. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. You've also been charged with petty theft 2 or more. That's also a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford to hire one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney?
I'd like to see if I can get one appointed to me, if possible.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender. I have Ms. Armpriester here. She's an attorney with the public defender's office. Ms. Armpriester, what would you like to do?
Judge, if we could enter a plea not guilty at this for the next date, I think we can be, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Hart, your temporary attorney has entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Your next court date will be February 25th at 9 a.m. Now, what you need to do before that court date is apply for the public defender for permanent appointment.
Okay.
All
Do I
right.
go down or do I make a phone call?
If you you can do it online if you have access to a computer and printer. You can go on the Collier County Clerk's website, download a form, or you can come to the courthouse and go to the customer service window and do it there. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
All right, and Ms. Hart, just so that you know, I've been in, it's Tennessee also? Sure. I've been informed that you have a warrant for your arrest out of Tennessee, Blount County, for a violation of probation.
Yes, sir.
They will not extradite.
Correct.
They'll only arrest you if you're in Tennessee.
That is correct.
Okay.
That stems from my dissolution of marriage.
Okay. Well,
My husband, who was assigned to people. Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hart. Good luck to you.
You too, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Let me go to person whose screen name is LG Aristo 3.
Get me out of here.
All right, sir, can you hear me? LG Aristo 3, person in the glasses standing next to a closet. Sir, can you hear me?
Me?
That's you.
Yes. My name is Brett Sauce.
What's the last name?
Sauce, S-A-U-C-E.
Do you have a case number?
It's 588456.
All right, Mr. Sauce, it looks like the state dropped the charges against you.
You did? Because
They
I
did.
completed my... Awesome. So that's it?
That's it, unless you have something else.
No.
Okay.
I did all my advocate program, and I did my community service in Louisiana where I was. So now since I did the advocate program, my license is good to go.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for getting that completed. Your case is done.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Let me go to Mar Pendleton. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All right, let me pull up your case. This is case number 21CT27. All right, sir. You've been charged with driving while license suspended or revoked, third or subsequent offense. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Did you get your driver's license reinstated?
No, sir. We're working on it right now.
Okay. So you need some time to get that done?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll enter a plea of not guilty. When would his next court date be? All right, so your next court date is March 31st at what time? 1:30.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so try to get your license reinstated by then, or at least, keep working on it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Okay, let me go to John Lacey.
Hello, sir.
Good morning. This is case number 20MM1931. Yes. Okay. Mr. Lacy, you're charged with petty theft, second offense. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. I have Ms. Armpriester here from the Public Defender's Office. She says that you've previously been represented by their office before. Do you need me to appoint their office to represent you in this case?
Yes.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender.
It's a different application process than
Okay. All right, when would his next court date be? All right, Mr. Lacy, your next court date is going to be February 25th at 9 a.m. You'll still need to apply for the Public Defender's Office. You can do that online on the Collier County Clerk's website. You can get that form, or you can come to the courthouse to the first floor and where it says customer service. And then it sounds like Ms. Armpriester will be your assigned attorney, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lacy.
All right, have a good day.
You too. All right, let me go to Attorney Stephen Schott.
Thank you, Judge. Stephen Shade on behalf of Mike Nugent. Judge, it is an arraignment. We entered we filed our paperwork for a demand for discovery and our notice of appearance. I wasn't quite sure we needed to appear, so here I am.
All right, what was the last name of the defendant?
Should be Nugent, N-U-G-E-N-T.
All right, thank you. Let me find it. I don't see that one on here. Nugent?
It's an arraignment, Judge, so maybe it was taken off or no?
Hang on one second. Let me see what the clerk says.
Let me get the case. It's case number 21-14.
Okay, I see. Okay, sir, it's been set for pretrial conference on February 17th at 9 a.m.
Excellent. Appreciate it, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. All right, let me call on Schwartz and Associates for Nakia Johnson.
Good morning, Judge. Give me 1 second, sir. I am going to get Mr. Schwartz. He's in another Zoom hearing, please.
No, I'm coming.
Oh, come on.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Hey.
Mr. Schwartz. Are you
Good. Yeah, I had 2 cases. Hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of cutting out. If you want to turn your video off, it might help.
Any better?
No, you keep cutting out.
Change devices. I'm going to change devices.
Okay. All right, let's bring Ms. Trejo up. Ma'am, were you previously sworn? All right, I'll remind you that you're still under oath. You're here on a charge of driving without a valid driver's license. And the offer to resolve your case was a withhold of adjudication, a $150 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. Is that the offer you wish to accept today? Do you have any questions about the offer?
No.
Are you pleading guilty or no contest? No contest means you're not admitting guilt, but you're entering the plea because you believe it's in your best interest.
Okay, that should be better.
Okay, hang on one second, Mr. Schwartz.
Okay.
So you're pleading no contest?
Well, I'm good. I'm guilty.
You're being offered a withhold of adjudication. So in order for me to sentence you to a withhold of adjudication, you'd have to enter a plea of no contest.
And with that, I accept the offer.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
All right. This is a waiver of counsel form. Is this your signature on this form? And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
And did you understand everything on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've also indicated that you're waiving your right to an attorney?
Yes.
And I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and one is brought against you?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication? Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
Any additional questions, Ms. Bonilla? Ms. Bonilla? All right. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest, withhold adjudication, impose a $150 fine plus all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I'll give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. I'm gonna have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. All right, let me go back to Mr. Schwartz.
Thank you, Judge. I have two tickets of two individuals that got arrested evidently at the same time.
Okay.
Slightly different charges. One of them is named Figueron Chavez, Figueron Chavez, Juan Hermelindo Figueron Chavez.
All right, case number 21CT82.
And they had sent me over, I'd seen on the docket that it was on something called a routing for deferred prosecution program form.
Yes, I do see that diversion is being offered to him.
My preference would be just to take a plea to time served and court costs if the state would offer that.
State, is there an alternative offer to diversion in that case?
Yes.
What does that offer?
The state offer at this time is a withhold of education, $100 fine, and court costs.
All right, Mr. Schwartz, I don't know if you heard that, but the state's alternative offer is a withhold of adjudication, a $100 fine, court costs, and cost of prosecution.
Sure, that's fine, Judge. I can either do that with the defendant or get an authorization, which I don't believe I have yet.
Okay. So are you, at this time, are you entering a plea of not guilty?
Affirmative, correct.
All right, Madam Clerk, when would the next court date be on that? 21CT82.
Okay, the next court date will be February 22nd. The attorney has not filed.
Yeah.
So let me.
Mr. Schwartz, you're going to file a notice of appearance, correct?
It's in the pipeline already. It's filed, but It's not
Yeah.
showing, yeah.
File is just not on showcase
Okay.
yet.
The February 22nd.
February 22nd at 9 o'clock will be the next court date on that one.
And the other one is CT 90, which is Helder Chavez Velasquez, and that's allowing the other person to drive.
Okay. 21 CT 90. Ms. Bonilla, do you have an offer in that case?
At this time, Judge, the state does not have an offer.
All right, Mr. Schwartz, the state doesn't have an offer in that one today.
Okay, can we set them both for change of plea docket, Judge? I'm assuming it's probably going to wind up being the same, I would hope.
When would the court date be on that?
Is this for Chavez?
Yes.
Process? Okay, it will be March 22nd.
March what?
March 22nd.
Court date in that one is March 22nd. They're both assigned to different judges. Are they co-defendants?
They got the tickets on the same moment, Judge. As I said, one of them was in one seat, one was in the other seat. One of them got charged with NVDL and the other one allowing him to drive.
What was the, which one's the lower case number?
The other one was
Same officer, same time. Tickets are consecutive.
Judge, the lower case number is 21 CT 82.
Is that one assigned to Judge Crown?
That one is assigned to Judge Nicola, Your Honor. Sorry, yes, it's assigned to Judge Crown.
Does the state want me to reassign 21 CT to 90 to Judge Crown since they're co-defendants?
Yes, please, Judge.
All right, I'll order that case number 21 CT 90 be reassigned to Judge Crown.
Give me 1 second, I'll get that ready.
Okay.
Go back to 222 for that one.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
And this is going to be
Can we logistically enter a plea on that date as well, or we
You'd
can't?
be able to do a plea in absentia.
Okay.
I don't think, because that's a pretrial date, we're not allowing defendants in the courtroom.
okay, so this is going to go to Judge Crown, non-jury pre-trial, private, February 22nd at 10 a.m.
Oh, what time was the other one? 10 a.m. also?
The other one, Chavez, the same day, 222 at 10.
All right, February 22nd at 10 a.m. on both cases.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. Appreciate you taking my case.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Mr. Schwartz.
Bye.
Have a good day. Okay, back to the courtroom. And Madam Clerk, ma'am, were you in the courtroom and previously sworn?
Yes.
All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath.
Yes.
Will you tell me your first name?
Dígame su nombre. Inés Escamilla Nicolás. Inés Escamilla Nicolás.
Okay, thank you.
misdemeanor clause?
Yes.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, I see it in here. All right, case number 21CT40. All right, ma'am, you're here on the charge of no valid driver's license. The offer to resolve your case was a withhold of adjudication, a $100 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I would give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you needed more time than that, you'd have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of the 90 days. Is that the offer you wish to accept today?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about the offer? Are you pleading no contest?
Yes.
I have a waiver of counsel form here. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've also indicated that you're waiving your right to an attorney.
Yes.
I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on that form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and a deportation proceeding is brought against you?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Yes.
You're under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, no.
Are you sure?
¿Estás segura? Well, I don't consume any of that.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
Any additional questions from you, Ms. Bonilla?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered on a factual basis and in your best interest. Withhold adjudication, impose a $100 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution, and give you 90 days to pay. We're gonna have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. Not that I'm aware of. I don't have anyone else on Zoom. I guess. Good morning. Will you tell me your name? What's the last name again? Thank you. Romero? Do you have two last names?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Area.
How do you spell that?
A-R-A-I-E-R.
I don't, do you have any paperwork with you?
No, but I have a case number on my phone.
What's your case number?
My case number is 11-2020-TR 031742 0001XX.
31472?
No, 031-742.
Why are you here in court?
Possession of marijuana and paraphernalia.
MM2118. Looks like the state filed a notice of no information, so they are not pursuing charges against you in that case. That case has been dropped. Well, you still have a traffic offense for 20 TR 31742 for a violation of a learner's driver's license.
Oh.
Okay, so if you, I don't know what you're doing in that case, but you might want to go talk to the customer service window about that case, okay?
Okay. So even if I